Thank you, Tiffany Holmes, for that national anthem.
We're not going to get it, so I'm going to try one more time. Are we happy to be here today? All right. I want to thank all of you for coming. This is just another day in our progress towards the return of professional football to Southern California. And all right, we've got a football fan over there. and our hope that it's Carson that is selected, right? Carson. We had at our city council meeting this past Tuesday, Carmen Policy and Tim Romer. As many of you know, Carmen Policy has 4 Super Bowl rings on his hands. And now the next challenge that he has accepted is to fight on behalf of the Raiders and Chargers to make sure that Carson gets their stadium. So we're lucky to have him on our team. Also presenting to us on Tuesday was Tim Romer from Goldman Sachs. Tim Romer is the individual, and Goldman Sachs is the company that financed the stadium for the 49ers in Santa Clara Levi Stadium. He's on our team, so we're lucky to have him on our team. So let's give them a round of applause in their absence here. I'm going to introduce my colleagues on the council, and then I'm going to introduce our special guests that are going to make some comments to you. First, I want to recognize the continuous support of Mayor Pro Tem Elito M. Santorina, who could not be here with us tonight, and also Councilwoman Lula Davis Holmes, who could not be here with us, but they are 100% supportive of Carson and 100% supportive of Carson becoming the home of professional football here in Southern California. But with us here today are two council members, two of the youngest council members ever to serve on the city council, and our newest council members. And one of them actually graduated from this very high school. So we're going to bring him up first. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce council member Jawan Hilton.
Can I get a cold love? Do I got some cold love folks in the house? Cold love? Listen, we are excited to be here today. I'm excited to be on the field that I once walked on to graduate. Excited to be here in Carson. Excited to serve the city of Carson. Excited that football may be coming back to Carson. And it's a wonderful thing to be here at the beginning and just see things at the inception and at the ground level. So we're excited to come here today and present to you all what we think is going to be the premier stadium in the state, around the country. I'm excited about the economic outlay that it's going to have. I'm excited about the jobs it's going to bring to our community. Anybody want some jobs? Anybody want some more money in their pocket? So I'm excited about that and just excited to be back here at Carson. A lot of things have changed since I've been here. You guys didn't have AstroTurf when I was here. You guys had burnt up grass, but it looks really good now. It looks really good. So I just want to, can I get a cold love on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Councilman Jawan Hilton. Thank you very much. And now, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce the newest member of the Carson City Council, but she's not new to Carson City Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, former city clerk, Councilwoman Donisha Gaz.
Whose house? City House. Whose house? City House. Whose house? City House. That's right, this is Carson. Do Carson got some love for the Chargers? Yeah! Do Carson got some love for the Raiders? Yeah! That's right, let's get excited about this stadium. If you're like me and never been to an NFL game, we may have an opportunity to go to an NFL game right here in our city. So let's get excited. For all you social media buffs, what I need you to do is take a picture of this, take a picture of yourself at this pep rally and hashtag Carson Stadium. So this way we can let everybody know around the world that Carson is excited about this stadium. We're gonna get this stadium and we're gonna let them know that it's Carson love, Raiders love, and Chargers love. Let's keep the momentum going. Love you all.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. So to keep it going, we're going to now have the Carson cheerleaders. The one and only Carson Cheers.
Saucing on you. I'm swagging on. I'm ballin', I have a song on you. All I gotta do is put my mind to this. All I gotta do is put my. All I gotta do is put my mind to this. Cancel out my ex, I put a line through that. I like all my exes with 2 lines through them. Everybody tryna fuck you, but I'm fine with that. she tell me she's single tonight. She like the dope, yeah. She tell me she's single tonight. Plain pair of seats with ADs down the belt. Please watch yourself, cause I'm feeling myself. Throw a flag on the plate, man, somebody get the ref. Cop, la 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 la, man, somebody get some help. Pull up on the block. Hit the quad, hit the quad, hit the quad, hit the quad. I said get down low and swing your arm. I said get down low and hit the quad.
Seal Papa, Mr. Big Bang OG face, fresh about the tip on the boot on my children. Seal Papa, Mr. Big Bang OG face. Mr. Big Bang Polar, Mr. Big Mr. Big Bang Polar. Mr. Get Out, 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 Mr. Get Out. When she'll be my, she walk the side.
We have two very, very special guests with us here today. One of them canceled the meeting, drove up from San Diego, has been working very, very closely with the City Council, and I can honestly say that without Mark Fabiani, we wouldn't be here today. So as he comes up, let's give him a round of applause and say thank you, Mr. Fabiani, for all your efforts.
Mayor, thank you for that introduction. Members of the City Council, thank you for coming today. It's great to see all of you. And we wouldn't be here today without all of you, because if you think back till February when we announced this plan for Carson, we had to get the support of this community in order to create the plan to present to the City Council. And that meant we had to go out and gather signatures from many of you, from many of your parents, and we had to gather enough of them to qualify this measure for consideration by the City Council. And the support in this community for this plan for the new stadium was overwhelming. We gathered twice as many signatures as we needed, more than 15,000 in just 8 days. That was a record for any signature gathering effort anywhere. So we wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you and your parents and your friends who supported this from the outset. And since then, we've made incredible progress. We have now a stadium site that is ready to be built upon. We have support throughout the community, not just Carson, but throughout Southern California. You have the support of 2 NFL owners who are committed to bringing their team here if, and this is the big if right now, if the NFL owners will allow it to happen. And so that's what we're all waiting for. That's what we're all working toward. And believe me, the owners around the league, they notice the support that we're receiving. They see that support. They read the articles. They see the newspaper stories. They watch the TV coverage. And so this kind of event, this kind of support, and all of the other support that you've shown over the last months and in the coming months is going to be really important to convincing the NFL owners that Carson is the place for the new NFL stadium. We believe it's the best place, the Raiders believe it's the best place, and hopefully we can convince the owners of that as well. So thank you for your support. Keep it up over the next couple of months, and hopefully we'll be back here celebrating in a few months the decision of the NFL owners. Thanks again.
Thank you, Mr. Fabiani. You know, I just want to add that, as I mentioned, Mark Fabiani drove up from San Diego, spokesperson for the San Diego Chargers. And he's not the most loved person in San Diego at this moment. But I want him to know that we love him here in Carson, right? Yeah! And we'll love him more if he brings us a football team and a football stadium. So thank you very much again, Mark, for all your help and for coming up. Thank you. Now I have another introduction to make. Spokesperson for the Raiders. I was going to say Oakland Raiders, but it's just the Raiders. And when they're here, we're going to call them LA Raiders once again. Because when he played on the Raiders, they were the LA Raiders. And he's a secret weapon that we have because he brings it home. He can talk about the fan base that Southern California can offer the NFL. He can talk about the fact that there's no better place to play professional football than in Southern California. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Hall of Famer Michael Haynes.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, Raider fans. I'm an Angelino. I grew up right here in Southern California in Los Angeles, and I was very fortunate to have a professional football team in my backyard. Back then it was the Los Angeles Rams. And their commitment to our community is one of the reasons I think that everybody should be excited about having a football team here in Carson. These guys live in the community, they go out to the schools, they get involved in your parks, they help your young people make better decisions. It's an easy decision. Do I want to have a pro football team in my neighborhood? Yes, absolutely you do. And I think everybody here in Carson knows that there was no problem at all getting those signatures to make this stadium proposition a reality. So always been great teams in Carson, surrounded here by these football players. I played against some of the guys before you, many years ago I should say, that played at this high school, played in the National Football League. I'm sure there's probably at least 2 in the NFL right now that come from this Carson High School, but definitely from the Carson community. Am I right about that? Yeah. Am I right about that? Yeah. So I know that these guys already have a commitment to the community, a commitment to each other, and I know that they're going to bring home a victory for the community this evening. Am I right about that too? All right. There's not very many of these guys. There's less than 40 guys on this football team. They're going to need your support if they're going to have a great season, so I hope you'll support them. But back to why we're here. We're here to talk about this stadium, this state-of-the-art stadium that will hold how many people, Mayor? 67,000 people. 67,000 people, okay? A place for folks to watch football probably every weekend, because we have 2 teams playing in there. Well, they can't play at the same time unless they're playing each other. So there'll be football, you might as well say, every weekend here. So people be coming from all over the country to play against the Chargers, to play against the Raiders. That's a lot of extra dollars in the community. That's a lot of opportunity for you folks who live here that call this place home already. So I'm excited that we're going to have a team here, but it really starts with getting a stadium, and things are starting to move in that direction. The momentum is building. The presentation that happened to the NFL owners in the last 7 days was fantastic. I don't have any inside information, but my heart tells me that we're going to have a stadium. So hopefully your heart is telling you the same thing. Let's bring football back to Los Angeles.
Thank you, Mr. Haynes. You know, at the city council meeting, we had the Raider Nation there, and we had Charger fans. The only nation! We had Charger fans, and both the Charger fans and the Raider fans, in unison, were cheering and saying, "Thank you, Carson." And that was covered around the country because people think that if you're going to have one stadium for 2 teams, for 2 arch rivals, that there's no way you can do that. Well, we showed them at the city council meeting on Tuesday that we can. work together, we can be in one house and be professional and respectful, and that's what we hope to happens at our stadium here in Carson. At this time, to make a special presentation, the Chargers and Raiders have donated shirts for our youth program that are going to be distributed at the 13 parks that we have here in Carson to our youth. Let's give them a round of applause showing our appreciation for that. But they brought, as an example of that, shirts that we're going to present to the principals here at Carson High and the athletic director. So I want to call up Mr. Mark Fabiani, Michael Haynes to help make the presentation, and also call up the principal, Dr. Wendy Warren, Michelle Bryant, and Melinda Aspita. And then we're also going to have presentations for the athletic director, Mike Klein, and the football coach, Ken McCall. So, we have everybody come up, please. Oh, Kevin. Kevin McCall.
I got your back. Give me a t-shirt. Now give me that.
Mike Klein, we got a presentation for you. There he comes. Let's give him a round of applause. Each shirt has a recipient identified with it. This lucky recipient gets a Raider shirt presented to them by the one and only Mike Haynes.
There you go, that's a shirt. Oh, you're Wendy Warren. Sorry. Real men wear black.
There we go. She's wearing her black. See, she was anticipating that. This Raider shirt is presented to Kevin McCall. Sorry about that. I had Ken here. All right. And this shirt, Charger shirt, she's going to show just as much enthusiasm for a Charger shirt. Yeah, there we go. She's not here? Well, we'll give this to the other person. We don't want you all to leave empty-handed. We have hot dogs that will start being served at the conclusion of our program. But before that, I want to say something about the shirts that the council is wearing. It's custom-made shirts. I had a jersey made for me, half Charger, half Raider, for the press conference. I did not ask Mr. Fabiani for permission at that time, because I suspected if I had asked, he might have said no. But I had this jersey made, and many of you have probably seen it. It was shown all over the world, literally. I get emails constantly, requests for a jersey like that. They say, how can we get a jersey like that? I said, well, I had it custom made. So after numerous requests, including from my colleagues on the city council, we had jerseys made, and today each and every one of you is going to receive one. So before you leave here today, you're each going to get one. Well, and the councilwoman here is going to model it for us. So on the front, you see 16. Oh, let's do the front first. 16. The number 16 is for 2016. The first season that the Raiders and Chargers are going to play here in Los Angeles. Right? On the back says 19. 19 is on the back for 2019. The first season when our brand new stadium opens up here in Carson. Then on the side, you see 2015. All-America City 2015. Because this year, the city of Carson was recognized as an All-American city. And now we're going to get a stadium for an All-American sport in football. So again, each and every one of you will receive one of these before you go. So please make sure that you get one. I think we have them over there by the hot dogs. The hot dogs are now ready to be served. And with that, thank you everyone for coming.